Hi friends, my channel is called Minivan Muse. I travel in my Honda Odyssey named Betty White, and we travel around the country to beautiful places, interesting places, and I'm happy that you're here to travel along with us. Good morning. And so it begins, the return leg of the trip. I have to say, I've had a great time here with my friend. Very sad to leave. But you know, I do have to work a job to be able to do this. We'll just roll it along, headed south, back towards California.
He teased her, relentlessly. Lane closure ahead on I-5 south in a quarter mile. You're still on the fastest route.
We're now in Centralia, which is, I don't know, maybe 50-ish miles from the border to Oregon. I'm experimenting with, there's no fixed plan. And it's challenging because, you know, you look at the map and there's so many places you want to go. I think I'm more inclined to go toward the coast. Right after I cross the border into Oregon, I'm going to take a right and go out to the coast. Little strip mall here. There's a market and a gas station. So we're going to get a few groceries. We're going to get some gas. Hey, we made it to the Oregon coast. We are near Astoria, Oregon. It's kind of chilly. I actually had to put my hoodie on. Beautiful here, really beautiful. Let me show you around. Probably see the Astoria Bridge. I actually went across that bridge last year. It's actually very thrilling to be on a bridge that high off the water, and it's really long. Okay, we are here at an Oregon rest area. This is not on the interstate. This is on one of the smaller state routes. It's in the mountains between Portland and the coast. We're all locked up tight. We're gonna cook some food. Now I'm awake and ready to face the day. Goal is to drive down the 101 on the Oregon coast, see what we can see. Betty's all ready to go and organized in drive mode. The groundskeepers are active here at the rest area, mowing the lawn and leaf blowing. So it's not very peaceful, but that's okay. They're just doing their job. Everybody's just doing their job. One thing I wanted to say is, for me, the morning putting everything away and getting ready is a really important time. And I never want to rush that, because I want to make sure everything is clean and put away in its place, so that when I stop later, I don't have to clean a bunch of stuff up. Everything's already clean. And so when I get where I'm going at the end of that day, I can just jump in the back. It's a bit of a ritual, you know. It's kind of cool. You're like taking your time waking up and cleaning things up, and it's a really good time. Wow, this rest area is busy. Look at all these people. This road is between Seaside, Oregon and Portland. I have a feeling perhaps people who work in Portland use this as their morning commute. I can see that the east route from the coast into Portland, the road over there, very, very busy. The west route, which is the one we're taking, is pretty empty. That's cool. Let's hit it. Let's check out the water and see how cold it is. Now, you know I don't like to be cold, so... Oh, wow, that is... We are in Tillamook, Oregon, which is the home of the famous cheese company. They have a factory restaurant store, which I would love to go into, but I didn't get video of it, but the parking lot was just jammed with hundreds of people, so we're gonna skip that. But you know what we do need, don't you? Betty needs a car wash. Good chance to take a break, get a little bit of movement, and get my Betty to be very, very clean. All right, we are parked for the night at a rest area on, I believe it's Route 18, somewhere between the Oregon coast and Salem, Oregon. Very nice rest area. And watching some YouTube, and we have dinner here. So we have another salad with sunflower seeds on top, and here's the leftovers of that beef from yesterday mixed in with beans. Gonna have some dinner, maybe do a puzzle, maybe start some editing on this video that you're watching. Relax. I can tell you that my experience of driving the Oregon coast all day today, lots of twisting and turning, lots of people, lots of speed limit changes from 55 down to 20 and then back up and down. It's tiring and challenging to drive that road. Fun, beautiful, but challenging. All right, let's eat. Good morning. All right, today we are continuing our trek along the Oregon coast. Okay, before we strike out today, got some groceries. Let me show you what I got. We're in Tillamook country. I got some coffee yogurt. Oh my gosh, I couldn't turn that down. Also got some Oregon dark cherry yogurt. I did get a TV dinner, some cheese enchiladas, can put in the Hot Logic. I got some granola. I like to put that in the yogurt. I got some rice already cooked, just heat it up. And I got a little ham steak. Ham steak. I'll eat ham with the rice. I know I have a sweet tooth, got a little coconut cream pie. Oh my gosh. So that's what I got. That'll last me definitely today, tonight, and into tomorrow. So let's put that away in the fridge and then we'll get going. And to save room, what I usually do when I get box stuff like this is I take it out of the box to put it in the fridge, because the box, of course, takes up extra room, and room in the fridge is always at a premium. All right, let's go see some cool stuff. there's something interesting that I am kind of noticing as I go. We're in this area called Agate Beach. And do you see this sign right here that says Wayside? Do you see that? Well, if you turn in, this says, see, Ernest Block Memorial Wayside. And when you pull into this, what looks like a parking lot, you see this sign that says 16-hour parking, time limit in all city lots. So I'm curious about those waysides. They're not considered rest areas, or they're not called rest areas. I have seen more than one of these waysides along the Highway 101 along the Oregon coast. And I'm wondering if those are places where a person could sleep overnight. That 16-hour time limit is interesting. It doesn't say no overnight parking. It doesn't say no camping. It has a 16-hour time limit. Didn't know. You learn something new every day. So if you're planning to travel along the 101, oh, there's another wayside, it says down there. Interesting. You might want to check out the waysides. Maybe it's a place where someone could sleep. The one I just left also had bathrooms at it. Good to know. Okay, we are here. It's cold. We are here at the Umpqua, Umpqua, Umpqua Lighthouse State Park Campground. Very cute little campground. Got a reservation here. It's an electric, so I'm charging up my power banks. Also had a hot shower. No coins either, no times either. Just turn it on like you're at home. Very nice. Very hot shower. Powering up the power banks. Took a walk to see the lighthouse. And having a nice evening. Had some dinner. Just relaxing. It just so happens that there was an earthquake in Russia, 8.4, and so there's a tsunami warning all along the west coast here, Washington, Oregon, into California. The campground hosts came by and said they were obligated to let us know. It was a warning, but this campground is located far enough away from the actual coast, about a quarter mile, and at a high enough elevation, over 100 feet elevation, that we're going to be okay, but they are legally obligated to let us know. So that freaked me out a little bit. But anyway, we're just here relaxing. I'm tired. Let me tell you. What has it been? Is this the third day or the second day? I don't even know. You got to love it. You cannot even keep a track. This is either the second or the third day of cruising the Oregon coast. By the time I'm done, I will have driven the entire coast of Oregon on the 101. I just have to say, I don't know that I've ever seen anything so beautiful when it comes to the coast. I've been up and down the California coast, at least from San Francisco down to San Diego for many, many years living there. I've driven the Olympic Peninsula in Washington. There's nothing like this. Why? Let me see if I can put it into words. Well, for one thing, in Washington, at least on the Olympic Peninsula, it's very remote. There are certainly some campsites there, but not as developed as the Oregon coast. And that, of course, has its attraction, the Olympic Peninsula, something that is not well developed, very rugged, very foreboding. You know, you stand on the beach on the Olympic Peninsula and you look out there and you're like, whoa, this is force right here. Certainly it's the same as the case here. All these clips that you're seeing, you can certainly feel the force of the ocean here, but there's something more intriguing, romantic, commercial about the Oregon coast. You know, they're no fools. They have, you know, really turned this place into a tourist attraction. You know, it's state park after state park after state park, campground after campground after campground, just jaw-dropping beauty after beauty after beauty. You know, this whole video is just one wow, mouth falling open after another. So, unforgettable, the Oregon coast. You know, I've been to, I don't know, 33 states now. I certainly haven't seen everything, but I can tell you that Oregon coast is up there with North Cascades, with Glacier National Park, with Olympic Peninsula. It's up there. It's up there. If you can get here, if you can get here, I think you should try, because it's unforgettable. Unforgettable. You just have to be prepared. If you come in the summer, lots and lots of people. It's also interesting in that there are some areas that are very, I'm going to use some of the words of the young people right now. It's very bougie, very upscale, you know, resorts and golf, and very, very upscale. And then there are other coastal towns that seem much more economically depressed. So you see a lot of the contrast, which is, I mean, it's like that in California as well, but just some of my observations. So I'm pretty tired. The other thing, you know, I haven't gone as far in the last couple days as I did in a week and a half before that, but I'm more tired. You know, the twisting and turning and the speed changes, speed limit changes, and all of the people and managing that, very tiring. So you gotta keep that in mind. It's gonna make you tired. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Tomorrow we will finish the last, it's probably not more than, I don't know, 50 or 70 miles to the border of California. But tomorrow we will move into California. Where will we go? I don't know yet. We'll see. Stay tuned. I actually think I'm going to end this video here, and we're going to make a part 5 of this trip, because I don't want to make the videos too long so that people are bored. But how you could be bored with this scenery, I don't know. Mind blowing. All right. Thanks, everybody, for following me on this crazy excursion. It wasn't what I planned for, but it's certainly been unforgettable. We'll see you next time.